What's up everybody, Camero here, and welcome to part 74 of my How to Make a Pokemon Game tutorial series. In this episode, we are going to be looking at roaming encounters. First, we're going to set up roaming Pokemon in our scripts. Then after that, we're actually going to be using the debug menu to manipulate our roaming encounters. And then finally, we're going to run into our roaming Pokemon and kind of show off the rules of how roaming Pokemon encounters work. And then finally, we're going to use a method to reset all of our roaming Pokemon back to full health. With all that said, let's get into it. So what I've got here is a little circle of maps that I've made: Route 21, Route 22, Route 23, and Route 24. I've set up all these maps, and I have some basic encounters on them. You know, we can run into some wild Bulbasaurs and such. And here on Route 24, I've got a Pokedex that will also give me the National Dex. And then I've got a level 60 Charizard here. So I figured that this was the perfect environment to kind of showcase some roaming Pokemon. Roaming Pokemon are actually very easy to define in our scripts. So what we want to do is click on the script editor up here, and we want to scroll on up to our settings script. And from here, we can just scroll down a little bit and look at how roaming Pokemon have already been defined. So you'll notice here that there's this big array called roaming areas, and then underneath that is roaming species. And within the roaming species, we can kind of see how a general roaming Pokemon setup has been defined. You'll notice that Kyogre and Entei here have a little bit more going on. And the reason they have this little bit down here is because this is a custom roaming path for these Pokemon. If a Pokemon does not have a roaming path defined, similar to how Latias and Latios are defined here, then instead it'll use these default roaming areas. And the way that the roaming areas work is this is all map IDs. So this is map ID 5, 21, 28. The maps that I'm working with are 48 and such. I think, yeah, I'm using map ID 48 down here for my Route 24. So if I wanted to include my map in these roaming areas, I would want to do something like this: 48, and then go on and, you know, define which maps it can go to. So the way that this works is, if they're on this map, these are the maps that they can jump to. So let's take a look at my current maps here and kind of figure out a roaming path for a new roaming Pokemon encounter. So what I've got here is Route 21, and that's map ID 33. So in the top left is map ID 33. Route 22 here is actually map ID 42, because I guess I've deleted and created a couple new maps since then. But anyway, map ID 42 here is in the top right. So I've got 33 and then 42. And then if I go down to the bottom right here, that's map ID 43. So I got 33, 42, 43. And now here on Route 24, that's map ID 48. So top left is 33, bottom left is 48, so on and so forth. So let's go into our scripts and let's actually define a new roaming encounter here. I'm thinking let's make one for Raikou. Or is it Raikou? I don't know. I'm very bad at pronouncing Pokemon. I'm a little bit better at making Pokemon fan games than I am at pronouncing Pokemon. So let's actually copy this Entei event and paste it in. Or I guess it's not an event. It's Entei scripts. It's an Entei code. Anyway, let's copy that and let's just type this in now. Oh my gosh. My spelling game is fantastic today. So let's take a look at these other numbers. The way that these numbers work is, this is the level of the Pokemon that we will encounter. So let's make the Raikou, let's make it level 30. And then this is the switch that will, or the number corresponding to the switch that will enable this roaming Pokemon. So for example, with Latias here, if switch 53 is true or set to on, then the Latias will be roaming. If switch 54 is set to true, then Kyogre will roam. If 55 is true, then Entei will roam. Let's make it so Raikou is switch 65. Now this next number here is the encounter type. If it's set to 1, then that means you can only run into this Pokemon on, like, the grass. I believe they actually mention it up above here. Yeah, check it out. They've got all of this info already for us here. But yeah, so 1 is grass or walking in a cave. 0 is anything. But, you know, for example, 2 is surfing. You wouldn't want to run into a Kyogre on the grass, so that's why they set it to 2 here. So that way you can only run into Kyogre on the water when you're surfing. or 3 for fishing, 4 for surfing/fishing. I mean, that'd be kind of cool to pull up a Kyogre with a fishing rod. But yeah, I think it'd be really weird to run into a Raikou on the grass. I mean, on the water. It would be normal to run into him on the grass. So let's set this to 1. Now, this next bit here is the name of the battle music that you want to use. This is in your BGM folder. I'm just going to keep it at battle roaming, but if you have any other different BGMs that you've included in your game, this would be where you define it. And then last but not least, this next bit here is where you include the custom routes or rather the custom route path for your roaming Pokemon. So let's just go in and start tweaking the heck out of these, shall we? Our maps are 33, 42, 43, and 48. So 33, since it's in the top left, should be able to move to whatever is in the top right and whatever is in the bottom left. So it should be able to move to 42 and 48. This is going to be a little bit tricky, but let's just go in now and really quickly fix my formatting here. There we go. So 42, that one should be able to move to whatever's in the top left and whatever's in the bottom right. So that should be able to move to 33 and 43. Now 43 should be able to move to whatever's in the top right and whatever's in the bottom left. So that's 42 and 48. Almost done. And then 48 is our bottom left map. So that should be able to move whatever's in the top left and whatever's in the bottom right. So 33, 43. So if Raikou is on map ID 33, when he roams again, he will either move to map 42 or map 48. Cool. So what we have here is a roaming Raikou at level 30 that will only roam if switch 65 is on, and it will only show up in the grass. It'll play the song Battle Roaming, and it'll only move across our custom maps that we've defined. Once again, I feel like I'm going to repeat myself a lot here, but once again, this is map 33, 42, 43, 48. All right. So now that we've got our roamer all set up, basically, let's make a new event on our map that will turn switch 65 on. So let's just make a new guy here. Let's see. Can I find a cool NPC? Yeah, this guy's cool. And let's make it so that way he just says turning switch. Oh my gosh. Switch 65 on. There we go. And he turns switch 65 on. So let's make a new switch 65. And let's just call this roaming Raikou. Cool. And we'll turn it on. And then let's make it so that he's got an evil cousin over here who's got like a different hue. Oh gosh. Yeah, we can make him like purple. Yeah, I'll make him bright blue. And he'll say turning switch 65 off. And he'll turn roaming Raikou off. There we go. So let's go into our game now and try to encounter a Raikou. There is one downside to this, unfortunately, that I'll have to explain to you in a little bit, but the Pokedex for tracking Pokemon doesn't necessarily work very well with Pokemon Essentials, which is a big bummer. Anyway, we've got ourselves our level 60 Charizard here, and we've got our Pokedex and everything. So let's turn switch 65 on. Aha! Now, theoretically, our Raikou should be roaming around our 4 maps. The way that it works, though, is currently Raikou is not assigned to any map, and he will only roam on map transition. So we can show that off right now with debug. I'm going to press F9 to open the debug menu, go down to battle options here, and you can actually go to roaming Pokemon right here on the bottom. And here we can see all of the roaming Pokemon that are defined in our script. We can actually hit enter on these to turn them on or off. Look at that. We can make them defeated, we can make them caught, and then we can just turn that switch right back off. Bada boom, right there. What we can do also is we can turn them on so that way they're roaming. There we go. Let's make it so they're all roaming, and we can make it so that way they all roam to new locations with this button. What this will do is it will make them move, which is basically simulating what would happen if we crossed to another map. But look at our Raikou. Raikou is on Route 24. Now, he just moved to Route 21. So he moved from the bottom left map to the top left map. Let's roam him again. Now he moved back down to Route 24. Now he's in Route 23. Oh my gosh, our Raiku's a little roaming madman. Let's actually cross maps here and transition to our top left map. And you can see there's different weather on this map. I put different weather on all the maps just to make it easier to discern them because it's a big circle. And look at that. Raikou is now in Route 23, which I believe is our bottom right map. So what we can do is continually change maps here. Let me pull up debug once again, and we can kind of track our Raikou this way. Okay, roaming Pokemon. Where are you, Raikou? I'm actually going to force Raikou to show up in our map now. There we go. Raikou is now on Route 24. What do you know? I'm in Route 24. So, the way that roaming Pokemon work is there is a 25% chance that you will encounter them in their encounter type when they're on the same map that you are. So, look at that, it's not a Raikou. I'm going to enable the speed up switch here, and then just run away from these level 5 Bulbasaurs. And let's try to, let's play the odds here. I have a 25% chance, and I've already done 2 battles. Ooh, hopefully this next one's the battle, because there it is. There you are, Raikou. I've encountered you now. Haha. And this Raikou is level 30. Check this out. I'm going to actually try to kick his butt. Raikou, actually, you know what? I'm going to let you live just because I'm so nice. I'm going to try to run away. There we go. Now, check this out. Since Raikou has just been encountered on this map, you'd think that he would move, right? But no, he's actually currently still on our map. You cannot encounter a roaming Pokemon again, though. So what I need to do now is map transition. What I mean to say is we've already encountered Raikou on Route 24, and we cannot encounter Raikou again on Route 24. In fact, now that we've encountered a roamer, I believe that we can't encounter any other roamers on Route 24 until we leave this map. So let's real quick leave this map, and let's go down to Route 23. Now, let's actually check our debug once again and watch as Raikou has roamed. He's in Route 23 now too. Lucky. Cool. So, this Raikou is moving with us right now. Let's try to encounter him again, shall we? And this time, let's actually kick his butt. I'm gonna kick your butt, Raikou. There he is. Okay, Raikou. Raikou decided to play nice now. So, I think what I would like to do now is I would like to defeat this Raikou and showcase how we can bring him back to life. So, let's use Flamethrower on him. Take this, Raikou. You big butthead. Oh no, we didn't defeat him. He fled. Well, this is actually perfect. What we can do is we can showcase that Raikou retains his health across battles. So, let's go back into Route 24 here now. Let's open up our debug. Go into roaming Pokemon. And let's force him to move to Route 24. There he is. Alright, Raikou, time to encounter you, and hopefully this time I'll have better luck than before. I'm playing the odds. There he is, and look at that! Raikou is just as healthy, or unhealthy, as the last time we saw him. Alright, Raikou. I'm gonna try to catch you. Oh wait, I have no Pokeballs! Alright, well, I'm sorry, Raikou, but it looks like I'm just gonna have to defeat you now. With another Flamethrower. Suck on this. Oh, he's too fast! Anyway, what we could do is we can make a method that, or rather, not make a method, there is already an existing method that heals these Pokemon. So real quick, let's actually save our game, and let's make a new event to heal Raikou. It's actually a really easy event, so let's make it this guy again. Let's make it so that way his evil cousin, he has a good cousin who's purple. And he'll just say, healing all roamers. Yeah. And then we need to add a script command here. And what we want to do is we just want to call pb reset all roamers. What this does is all roamers that have not been captured will be reset. And I think this actually, only works for fainted roamers. So let's kill Raikou, shall we? I'm sorry, Raikou, but I'm gonna have to do it to you. We're gonna have to hunt down a Raikou now and defeat him. And to make things worse for Raikou, I'm actually going to debug my Charizard up to level 100 now. Because I'm not messing around. I'm gonna beat up this Raikou. I'm gonna beat you up right now. Okay, let's go into our debug. And I guess now's a good time for me to explain this. The reason that I'm going into the debug and not going into the Pokedex is because, unfortunately, currently, as of Pokemon Essentials 17.2, when I'm making this tutorial, the tracking of roaming Pokemon does not take into account Pokedex areas. It'll say area unknown. Even though Raikou is in, I believe, Route 24 or Route 23 or whatever, Squirtle's there, you know, Bulbasaur's here. I set it up so that way, let me move my mouse over here. I set it up so that way the top left is Route 21, and then 22, 23, 24. So Bulbasaurs are showing up at 24. I set that, but for some reason Raikou, even though he's roaming within these areas, it's considered area unknown because he's not technically part of the encounters on that map. But yeah, that's something that I would like to fix one day, but as of the time of me making this tutorial, that is something that is not within Pokemon Essentials. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's go to our battle options. Let's go to our roaming Pokemon now. And let's make Raikou roam. And let's try to beat him up once again on Route 24. Actually, just because I'm paranoid, I'm going to leave and come back. And I'm going to open up my debug menu once again. I'm going to go to roaming Pokemon once again. And I'm going to make Raikou roam to where I'm at there. Okay, cool. Raikou is on Route 24. Now, let's beat him up. Let's beat him up. See, that's not a Raikou. That's a Bulbasaur. There he is. There's our unhealthy Raikou. I closed the game after saving, and look at that. Upon relaunching the game, Raikou's health has been saved. So let's beat him up now, shall we? Oh, I'm sorry, Raikou. I'm gonna have to beat you up now. I'm sorry. My hands were tied, okay? Alright, Raikou has been defeated. Our level 100 Charizard has the blood of a Raikou on his hands. Now, let's go into our debug. And let's take a look at what's going on with Raikou now. Raikou has been defeated. Oh no. Well, let's go and talk to that guy now. We accidentally killed our Raikou. Healing all roamers. What do you know? PB Reset All Roamers has just been run as our event. Let's go back into battle options roaming Pokemon, and what do you know? Our Raikou is healthy again. I mean, we could always use debug to force our Raikou is dead or caught. But yeah, that's pretty cool, huh? Let's make our Raikou roam away now. One thing that's very cool also is it keeps track of when roaming Pokemon are caught, so as to not make them roam again. The way that it works, that the PB Reset All Roamers, is it doesn't affect roamers who have been caught, because that'd be kind of ridiculous to just all of a sudden have a bunch of Raikous roaming around, and we don't want that. Let's go to our item options now, and let's give ourselves a Master Ball, and let's catch a roamer, shall we? Okay, where are you, Master Ball? You're around here somewhere. There you are, and you know what? I'm gonna give myself a lot of Master Balls because I'm not the kind of mess around when it comes to hunting my legendaries. Also, while I'm here, let's actually mess around with our roamers a little bit more, shall we? Let's try to catch a bunch of roamers. Let's close our game now, and let's go into our scripts, and let's make it so that way the default roaming path of our roaming Pokemon is Raikou's roaming path. I'm thinking, let's bring Latias and Latios into the mix. Let's copy this roaming path here, and let's just go on up here and paste that. And I'm very paranoid when it comes to the formatting. I don't think this matters, but there we go. So if our Pokemon does not have a preset roaming path in their definition, they're going to use this roaming path, which means we can actually just go on and delete this, I imagine. Close that. And then add a little closing bracket on right there. Cool. So Raikou and Latias and Latios are going to use this roaming path here, which is just these 4 maps. And let's make it so that way this also turns the switch for Latias and Latios on, which I believe was switch 53. There you are, Latias roaming. Let's just turn that on. And I don't really care about this evil cousin who's turning them off, actually. Just to make a point, I guess I will talk to him in this instance, but, you know, I don't like this green guy. He's green. I hate that color. I'm just kidding. Let's launch our game now. Let's go on in. And now, let's try to catch some more roamers, shall we? Let's go into our debug options. And let's go to roaming Pokemon. And let's just set all of these off because, you know, we've kind of been tampering with our switches a little bit here. There we go. And just because I'm paranoid, what I would like to do is I would like to save the game and relaunch it. Just because I'm paranoid. You know me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save, and then I'm going to launch, and then from a fresh save where none of our Pokemon are... You know what? Let's just do a new game. Screw it. From a fresh save where none of our switches are on, none of our Pokemon are roaming, we're going to acquire that Pokedex again. We're going to acquire that Charizard again. And I guess I have to give myself some Master Balls again, don't I? I did that for no reason. Bear with me. Oh, man. I hate that feeling of being unorganized, you know? I feel like I try to make a nice tutorial, and then I'm over here tripping over myself like a fool. I would like to give myself a bunch of Master Balls once again. Okay. So, we're on a fresh file here. We've just acquired a Pokedex, and you know what? Screw it. I'm going to overwrite that previous file, because I'm a bad boy. Are you sure? Oh, yes, I am. There we go. Okay. Now, let's go into our battle options, and let's go to roaming Pokemon, and look at that. They are all off. Now, let's talk to our Mr. Man over here, who he has now turned Switch 65 and Switch 53 on. Let's go into our debug battle options once again and look at our roaming Pokemon, and what do you know? Holy crap, Latias and Latios are both on Route 24, and Raikou is on Route 23. Now, let's run up here, and let's see where these wild Pokemon are at now. Let's go to our battle options once again. Look at that, Latias and Latios are actually both on Route 21, and Raikou is on Route 22. Latias and Latios are kind of sticking together here. Let's do a little bit of shuffling, shall we? There you go. So on Route 22 is Latias, on Route 24 is Latios, and on Route 21 is Raikou. Let's catch Raikou. He's on Route 21. I'm on Route 21. I would very much like to catch him. I got a Master Ball just for this occasion. Come on, Raikou. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. I don't know what that has to do with Raikou. I'm not turning him into shoes or anything. I'm just trying to catch him. See, this is the downside. It's 25% chance. I would like to see if we could increase that to 100% chance. But right now, I'm just rolling with the punches. There you are, Raikou. Ha ha ha. I knew I had it in me to get you. I just had to believe. I just had to believe. Okay. I'm going to throw one Master Ball at him. I'm actually going to turn on the speed up switch, just so I can catch him fast. Hey, there we go. Raikou has now been caught. We've caught one roamer. Let's save and let's hunt down these other roamers, shall we? I'm going to transfer maps now here. And let's take a look. Route 23. Check this out. Let's see what happens when we turn those switches off. Let's go in here now. Roaming Pokemon. Oh, what do you know? They're not roaming anymore. Let's turn them back on. I believe that'll actually reset Raikou too. Oh no, cool. It actually persists that Raikou is still caught. Nice. That's very smart. What do you know? That's really cool. Look at that. Even I'm learning stuff, and I'm the one making the tutorial here. What am I, some kind of hack? Yes. All right, let's catch Latios now. Latios has now moved to Route 23. Okay, I'm on Route 23. Sooner or later, I'm gonna run into that goddamn Latios, and it will be mine. I will catch you. I swear to gosh. Come on, Latios. See, look, now this is the most annoying part of tracking down roaming Pokemon. Just testing them to ensure that they're working, and I don't know, I'm just running into them a bunch like this. It's not the most exhilarating work, but you know, this is what you get when you want to make roaming Pokemon in your game. I'm really bummed out about the Pokedex thing though, like, because how else are you supposed to track that a Pokemon is roaming around in your game? You could toggle a roaming Pokemon for your game, and theoretically, nobody would ever know. But hey, look at that. I know that I just ran into a Latios. It said that it was on Route 23, and now we're gonna get it. Okay, Latios. Let's go in and Master Ball him. Oh yeah. I'm gonna turn on my speed up switch. Or actually, no, I guess it doesn't want to turn on right now. So I get to watch this slow animation. Ha ha ha! Yes, Latios has been caught. Now all that's left is to track down Latias. I mean, I don't know why I'm doing this. I could theoretically just end the tutorial now, but I'm having a lot of fun tracking down these roaming Pokemon. They're a pretty fun thing to include in your Pokemon game, should you choose to do that. I actually haven't ever been to this route in this tutorial. Look at that, I made it a sandstorm map here. Okay, let's go into our battle options once again. Oh, Latias is on Route 22. All right. I must try to catch it. And then I can end this tutorial. There you are, Latias. Look at that. That was pretty fast. All right, Latias. I will throw a Master Ball at you, and then I will end this tutorial. Yeah, I've messed around with trying to display the roamers in the Pokédex areas, but I was unable to get it to working myself personally. If anybody can figure that out, please reach out to me and let me know. I would very much like to see that be included in Pokemon Essentials. Let's run down here and save now, shall we? We've caught all of our Pokemon. Let's look at our roamers once again. Ah, yes. They've all been caught. Except for Kyogre and friggin' what's-his-face, Entei. Okay, I'm gonna save real quick. Okay, let's close this down now. I'm going to go into the scripts here and show you. Control-Shift-F. I actually mark things that I'm working on with Thundaga. Yeah, there you are. So, around here in the Pokédex entry, I was trying to see, like, you know, for all of the Pokemon in the roaming species, if the species we're looking at is a roaming species, then, you know, try to add the point that we're looking at to our map, but I couldn't necessarily get it working, unfortunately. But yeah, this has hopefully helped you figure out how to add roaming Pokemon to your game. They're very easy to add. You can mess around with the roaming areas, the roaming species. You can make new Pokemon roam. You can attach them to switches if you want. At one point in your game, you could say, hey, we just opened up the cages and now all the Pokemon are running wild. You don't necessarily have to make these all legendaries too. If you wanted, you could make these, you know, pseudo-legendaries if you wanted to have some sort of event in your game where you had to track down 3 specific Mankeys or something like that. But yeah, anyway, I think that about does it for me for this tutorial. Thank you so much once again for watching. I do appreciate you. And until next time, I hope that you all have a good one.